right, it's all yours.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen from all across the country, likely all across the world. There is so much interest in this incredible vision and this incredible mission that we are all on of shifting billions of dollars back to the hands of our partners and our quote unquote advisors, which you'll soon be meeting, and accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. It's just an absolute pleasure day in and day out to be working on this mission and working on this vision with all of you as we truly pioneer and do things that no company has ever done in our world before. And tonight, I'm so excited that you're tuning in because we're going to reveal tonight the brand new Powur Revenue Plan. And part of our innovation as we do things that no company has really done before is around the economics of how do we create a platform, the Uber of solar, if you will, that incentivizes people, that rewards people to create a life of their dreams, or even maybe just get out of debt, or maybe just pay off some bills that are bugging you, or maybe you want to create total financial abundance and you want to do something that is aligned with your values and the impact that you want to make in the world, or whatever the reason might be, your personal financial goals from why you're at Powur. And whatever your financial goals are awesome. We can all have completely different financial goals. And what I think you're going to see tonight is that we now have a plan for everyone. We literally have a financial plan for everyone. And I can't say that that was true in Powur 1.0. The more that I reflect about it, I don't think it was necessarily true in Powur 1.0, and I know it's true based on the plan that we're going to show you tonight. So I think we just upped the game again. I think that what we're about to bring to market is the most exciting compensation plan and revenue sharing plan that has existed in the history of sustainable energy. And I think as I walk you through this, you're going to see why that is. And it is our hope that you engage on a level that you have never engaged before when you really grasp what's in front of you. Because for every watt of solar energy that we install, we're about to get paid. And there are trillions of watts of solar energy that we're going to need to install as a world to shift our world to sustainable energy and avoid the worst effects of climate change that are being caused by carbon-based fuels today. So we got a lot of solar to go sell, and there's a whole lot of money to make. So without any further ado, let's jump right into Powur's 2.0 revenue plan. And before I show you the specifics of the plan, I want to walk everybody through our core philosophies that drove this plan. And I just want to, we're partners. We're all partners. We're in this together. I want you to understand the psychology and the philosophy of this plan and also of our decision making so you can be 100% aligned with that and see, why did we make the decisions that we made and what was sort of the critical thinking capacities that led us to go in one direction or another direction. Because there are some big changes that we made in this plan, and there's some really strong reasons why we made those changes. So first off, I want to talk about the identity shift that, in a way, is really coming to Powur. Everybody's heard, compensation, determines behavior, right? And, what we incentivize is what's going to get done in a way. And that's certainly true, that the revenue plan is almost in a way the engine of an opportunity. And our previous incarnation, Powur 1.0, our identity as a company was really very centered around a type of revenue building plan that was really network marketing oriented. And what I mean by that, and I might get a little sort of specific on different industries here. So if you're not really familiar with the industry, this could, you'll learn a little bit about specific language and terminology and whatnot inside industries. But there's a lot of nuances between network marketing and what we'll call direct sales. even though we're all kind of under the umbrella of direct sales, when you're designing compensation plans, there's a lot of nuances. In the last compensation plan that we designed, I'm sure almost everybody on this line tonight has probably seen our visual, right, of how you achieved, this $18,000 a month, residual income, and the type of duplication that needed to take place and all those things. And if you look at that plan, it was a very sort of team building centric plan. And what that essentially means is that unless you built a very large team in which that very large team was doing, a little bit of volume, but across, tens of thousands of people, you weren't really going to make a lot of money. Like, you really needed to have a lot of people to make a lot of money. And that's what I'm going to refer to as a very network marketing sort of focused plan. What that plan incentivized was it incentivized people to go out and build really large teams. And so that's what the incentive was. That's what the focus always was. It was build a really large team. And what you're going to see in this new plan is that we're expanding our identity. We're not removing an identity. We're just expanding our identity. We're not only going to be in that box anymore of the major incentive of our plan was to go out and build a really large team, and you make most of your money in that plan off, the deeper generations. We're now expanding that definition massively. And you're going to see why as I walk you through Powur's 2.0 revenue plan tonight. So the first major identity shift that's coming in our company is that we now have a massively focused customer plan. We have huge incentives that we are giving to go out and sign up homes for solar. There's literally going to be the ability for people to do nothing but focus on signing up homes for solar and make a phenomenal income for doing that. Like a really great ROI for your time that you spend just to focus on customers alone. So I want you to take that in today, because in our last plan, again, really so much of the incentive was around building a team, but we all know that a lot of people out there may not want to build a team. Maybe it's not your thing to build a team. Maybe you're not thinking, well, I want to go out and build a 20,000 person team and I see myself doing that. Maybe your thing is you just want to make $1,000 a month and you're really passionate about a product, but you don't want to have to learn how to do presentations or learn how to do this or that or whatever it is. Well, guess what? There's a home for you now. People can literally go out there and just focus on absolutely nothing other than getting customers and have an awesome income and an awesome ROI for their time to do that. That's an identity shift. We just created a plan that literally anyone can do. So I summarize that by saying great money just by focusing on customers, just by going and focusing on customers and homeowners. You can earn great money for your time with the new plan that we're going to show you tonight. The second identity, and that's a new identity, by the way. It's a very customer-focused sort of identity that did not exist as much in our last plan. Of course, you could focus on customers. There just wasn't nearly as much incentive for it. The second identity that we're introducing to this plan is what I'm going to call the direct seller team building plan. And what's amazing about this is that you can now actually make passive income. And I know a lot of us on the line are here tonight because we want to make passive income. We want to be able to work today but get paid on those efforts and have leveraged passive income where we're earning money off of the efforts of our team and the effort of the grid that we're building, right? You want to help build the new grid and monetize the billions of dollars of energy that flows through that new grid. Well, the identity that we're introducing tonight is that you can actually earn a phenomenal passive income with a really small team. You don't need to have, thousands or tens of thousands of people to be able to make a passive income that changes your life. You can actually have a passive income that changes your life with a small team. And we're going to show you how to do that tonight. And what this essentially opens up, again, there's so many different types of people out there. Maybe you've heard us recently talking about real estate agents, or roofers, or construction workers, or people that interact with home services in some way. And a lot of these people may not see themselves as a network marketing leader, where that's the profession that they want to do, and they want to really focus on being a professional in that space, and building and organizing and managing and leading a team to thousands of people. But they already have a team underneath them. Maybe it's a bunch of real estate agents that work in their office. Maybe it's a painter who's got a crew of 50 people that interact with homeowners all day long. In this new plan, there's a lot of incentive and a lot of money to go focus on building a small team that you then teach how to refer appointments. That's it. So you can make great money just by teaching people how to set appointments. So if I want to go sign up 10 people, that I refer to the platform, or 20 people, or 5 people, and maybe I help them sign up a couple more people, but my focus is on really teaching them how to refer other people to get solar. Guess what? I can make a phenomenal income in this company by doing that. And lastly, obviously, we still have the income available for people who genuinely want to be a leader of this movement. And I'm going to define leader in this way, okay? There's a lot of different definitions of leader, but this is the leader's, this identity of our plan, right? Really the leader's money. The people who want to be a leader, who want to go out and introduce the idea of shifting the world to sustainable energy and getting paid an amazing income to do it, and maybe even walking away from your job, and maybe even creating financial abundance on a way you have never even imagined for yourself, or maybe even creating total security financially for your family by making millions of dollars in the shift to sustainable energy around the world. That's a leadership income. And you earn leadership income by becoming a leader. What's it mean to become a leader? It means you empower a whole lot of people, and you lead a lot of people in developing the skills required to succeed in this business. What are those skills? Referring free zero-down solar appointments and teaching other people how to do the same. And for people who want to go out there and do that on a massive level and build an organization, I think you're going to be blown away by the amount of money you can make by shifting the world to solar energy tonight as we unveil the Revenue Plan 2.0. So I hope that this elaboration really kind of sets a greater vision for everybody about who we're speaking to and the different identities that can exist in this company. And maybe you're even seeing, wow, I was in this bucket or that bucket or that bucket, but I was trying to fit into just one bucket, or I don't know, right? But what I do know is that moving forward, fundamentally, we now have an identity for everyone in this company. Whatever way you want to work, whatever your goals are, whatever your visions are, whatever your aspirations are, there's a way for you to really win, no matter what identity you want to choose. Customer focused, small team, big team, or all of the above, guess what? We've got a plan for you. And that's what we're going to be revealing tonight. So I'm really excited about this, guys. Fundamentally, what this means is that we just opened up a huge group of people that our plan is going to be extremely relevant to that did not exist in our previous incarnation. So that's really exciting. So before I show you some of that stuff, I want to talk about some of the big changes that you're about to see in the plan. And I want to, share what our critical thinking was. And bar none, one of the biggest changes that everyone's going to notice right away is that we switched residual income to passive income, okay? So it's still really the same thing, earning money without you having to be the one earning money, but by shifting residual income to passive income, we were actually able to come up with a way to pretty much pay 1,400 times more money to everyone today than we could have through our old residual model. And, obviously our management team, we deliberated this, around the clock and thought so much about it, consulted lots of people, and it literally just made absolutely no economic sense whatsoever to keep that old bonus type. Let me give you an example. In our previous plan, you were paid 10 cents every month for 20 years. Okay, so if you factor that up, if you look at your generation one, you were pretty much paid 10 cents on your generation one for 20 years. So that comes out to about $1.20 a year, or $12 every 10 years, or it's basically $24 on your generation one over the lifetime of that install. And of course, as you got to your lower generations, where in the old plan, the majority of your team would have been, that money went up to a maximum of $1 a month, which would have been $12 a year, or $120, for 10 years, or $240 for 20 years on one generation, your sixth generation. Okay, but if you looked at the average of all of that, basically you're getting paid somewhere around 20, 30, 40 cents per generation per month for 20 years. So when we really started crunching these numbers, and we really started thinking critically about this, a lot of the assumptions that we sort of operated on in the first plan was built around some of the older customer models in the direct selling industry. For example, if you look at deregulated energy, deregulated energy has fairly small commissions, right? I mean, when you sign up a deregulated energy contract, it ranges anywhere from maybe 20, 30 cents to a couple bucks a month that you make in these contracts. And so we thought, well, you know what, we can sort of mimic that model and apply it to solar energy for the first time. And we know that those companies achieved major scale and people are earning major checks. Well, that made a lot of sense, right? So we came to market with that model. But as we had a chance to look at the actual data as this played out, we realized that solar energy is a much different product than deregulated energy. When you're asking people to switch to a deregulated energy contract, you're not asking them to adopt a new technology. Everybody's already buying energy from a utility. What difference is it if I just buy this energy, sign this contract or sign this contract? There's no new thing that I'm adopting. But with solar energy, there's more of an education process involved. We're at the beginning of customer adoption. There's more work that goes into sort of getting that customer. Every single way that we looked at it, we realized that the majority of the incentive really needs to be focused on getting people paid today. If I could pay you more money today, or take that same money and spread it out over 20 years so that you only had, pennies a month over 20 years versus having all of it today, which one would you choose? And it really, I think every person on the line would probably say, yes, why would I want to have the same amount of money over 20 years if I could have all of that money today? And that's kind of where we were at. It just really made no sense to have that incentive not really be motivating for going and getting customers signed up today. It made a ton of sense when we really looked at the finances. In fact, we can pay 1,400 times more money on your Generation 1 referral today than we could before. And that's a really big difference, okay? 1,400 times more money is not like a half an X multiple or like, 10% or 20%. It's 1,400 times more money. So really what we're focused on moving forward is creating phenomenal passive income. It's showing people how to refer others to this platform and teach those people how to do a really simple behavior, a really simple action. How do I set up a free zero-down solar consultation? And by referring other people to the platform and teaching them how to set up a free zero-down solar consultation, you're now going to be able to earn a phenomenal passive income just by doing that, which is going to pay you ongoing on all of the activity that they do, from setting appointments all the way to installations. So that's one of the biggest changes that's really coming to the 2.0 plan. The second really big change is that you can now get paid a great passive income by building a team who refers appointments. So, this was obviously another huge area when we looked at all our data and we started thinking, man, if we could design a model that paid people to set appointments, holy smokes, that would be game changing. And we realized that there was no model that existed out there in the world like it. But that didn't deter us. That didn't stop us. When we started envisioning, what would be some of the most powerful incentives and behaviors that we could build into the future of this model, it was clear to us that we needed to create passive income through appointments. And you'll notice that's a huge part of our upcoming plan, is that we're now moving a lot of money to appointments and paying people much more for it. You'll also notice that there's a significant amount more money going into the first 3 generations. So again, this is part of our identity change. In the previous plan, so much of the money was actually on the bottom generations 4, 5, and 6, and now there's a lot more money on generations 1, 2, and 3, which means that anybody can go out there and refer people to the platform and build a small team or build even a large team right within their first 3 generations, and they can make a lot more passive income off all of the appointments and all of the installations that are happening by that team immediately. And lastly, you're going to notice that we also are now putting significantly more lab money at the national advisor position and the executive advisor position. And in specific, what that's going to do is that's going to motivate everybody who wants to go out there and build a big team faster. You're actually going to be able to make a lot more money earlier on in this plan based on some of the changes that we've made to the lab bonuses. And again, if some of this is sounding like, well, I don't know what, these are nuances or, it's industry terminology or whatever it is, I encourage you to get back in touch with whoever invited you to this call tonight and sit down and understand the revenue plan in detail, because when you really understand this revenue plan, it's going to blow your mind the type of money you can make on a personal level and on a referral level just by introducing homeowners or people to the Powur platform. So I know that was a lot. Oh, there's one more thing that actually I should have put here is, we already sort of briefly addressed it, that this is a much more customer-centric plan, but we've also made extremely strategic decisions around how much money we're putting to the person who makes the referral, and there's now a lot more money that's going to each and every person who refers a homeowner to the platform who gets an installation. So it's just a night and day difference from what you're going to see from our old plan to how much money you can make in our new plan. So that's just sort of high level on some of the big changes and the critical thinking behind those changes. And I'm going to go into the plan in more detail and we'll have a chance to address that there. And of course, at any time, feel free to reach out to us or your executive leaders, and we'll be happy to hop on the phone and walk you guys through all of this in person. Actually, no, I'll hit the new tool we'll be announcing in a minute. So a final note. All of the SolarCity leads and installs are going to continue to pay out through the old plan. Okay, so none of the SolarCity leads or installs will pay out through the new plan. So I want to make that really clear from the start that all of the SolarCity leads and everything else are going to continue to pay out through the old plan. Everything that I'm going to show you tonight is based on all the leads and all of the installs that we sign up through the multi-provider plan and the Powur 2.0 platform. So with that said, let's hop over here and jump right in. Oh, and look at that. We've actually set a new record for how many people have attended our webinar. How you guys doing? You pumped up and excited and ready to see 2.0? What do you think, Vanessa? Is everybody ready? I want to see some comments down there if you're ready to dive in. Okay, oh yeah, let's do it. All right, game on. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the Powur Revenue Sharing Plan. Now, you might notice something right off the difference. We're no longer calling it the Powur Compensation Plan. As we move our model to be an Uber model, an Airbnb model, a completely different type of company that's ever existed in this industry before, we thought it was behooving to also start to shift some of our pattern language. So you're going to notice tonight that there's some new naming conventions. So we're now calling this the revenue plan. And what we're doing, fundamentally, what our platform is doing is we're sharing the revenue of the energy industry with you for the first time. And really, Powur is pivoting to be more of a platform than any type of sort of direct sales model that's existed before. We're actually giving away over 75% of all of the revenue that transacts across our platform. And I mean, without getting too geeky on you guys, because there's definitely a potential for me to get geeky, this is a brand new business model for direct sales. Most direct sales companies, the entire business model that has existed for like 100 years is you keep 50% of all the revenue and you pay out 50% of all the revenue. And the reason why is because most of all the products that exist in this industry are all consumer products. It's being shipped a vitamin or a skin cream or something like that. And it's like the industry has never really innovated beyond this consumer product model. And it's always been keep 50%, pay out 50%. Well, because Powur is not a consumer product model, we're really a platform model. We really consider ourselves to be more like iTunes or more like Uber. We're the platform in between homeowners and providers and advisors. And we're really just facilitating the transaction across all of these parties. So we made a very bold sort of move, and we decided to pay out 75% of all of the revenue that transacts across our platform. So, I mean, right off the bat, that's pretty much unprecedented in this industry, unprecedented direct sales industry, for us to be paying out 75% of all of the revenue that transacts across our platform. But we really look at this as revenue sharing. If there's revenue that's being created from the shift to sustainable energy, we're pretty much sharing the bulk of all of that revenue with you. And I think that's amazing and super exciting. So this is now the Powur Revenue Sharing Plan, and let's dive right in. So our vision is to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide. And our mission is to put 2 million homes on solar by 2025 and pay over $2 billion to our advisors who help us do it. One of the first things you might be noticing here is this new term called Powur Advisor. And as we thought about, our identity moving forward and what it is we really do, we educate homeowners on the benefits of zero-down solar energy so that they can take back their energy independence, so that they can save money on their energy bills and keep more of their money for themselves instead of leaking it to a utility, and so that they can actually play their role in creating clean energy so that we can get our planet off fossil fuels and stop the damaging effects on our health, on our environment, on our communities once and for all. So if you think about what we really are to homeowners and to our customers and to the world at large, we are advisors. We are educators. We are people who are enlightening other people to a brand new paradigm for how they can power the world and power their lives and even earn an income doing it. So we just thought that it was a little bit more fitting as you go out there and you represent yourself in the world to be called a Powur Advisor. And power even has so many meanings, right? It's energy, it's wealth, it's everything. So you're now an advisor, an educator to the world at large. And that's one of the shifts that you're going to see in our titles and our ranks and our naming plan. So Powur was created so that you could leave your legacy in build an amazing business inside the multi-trillion-dollar shift to sustainable energy. And our advisors can earn income in two ways. First, you can earn weekly income based on qualified appointments. That's both personal appointments and appointments that happen in your grid. And you can earn monthly income based on solar installations, and that's both personal installations and installations happening inside your grid. So this document is meant to provide an overview of the ways that income is earned through the Power Revenue Sharing Plan. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you that you now possess an unrivaled vehicle to achieve financial freedom while making a massive impact. And again, for more detailed explanations, always feel free to consult your grid leader or the person who has referred you to Power. So, the starting position in Power is now an independent Power advisor. When somebody purchases their license to our platform, they start as an independent Power advisor. And before I go through the new naming conventions and some of the new qualifications, let me just make clear the two most important definitions inside our revenue plan moving forward. So the first definition is appointment. Now, the definition of an appointment is a homeowner submitted through the Power platform to a Power solar provider who meets with the provider via an A, in-home consultation, or B, over the phone. What just happened? Over the phone to review a custom solar proposal for their home. So let me repeat that. The definition of an appointment is a homeowner who meets with the Power solar provider either over the phone or via an in-home consultation to review a custom solar proposal for their home. Okay? So once your customer, once your prospect has met with a Power provider to review their zero down solar proposal, that's the definition of an appointment. And that's going to be really important because everybody's now getting paid at appointments, and appointments are how we move up through the Power compensation plan until we get to the latter half of the plan. The definition of an installation is the date that a customer's system was installed on their home. So you'll notice that the first position to achieve in Power is now called a certified advisor. And you become a certified Power advisor when you complete the Power certification that you got when you purchased your license, and you refer 5 homeowners to the platform who complete an appointment. So when you refer 5 homeowners to the platform who complete an appointment, you are officially a Power certified advisor. You become a senior Power advisor when you personally refer 10 homeowners to the platform who complete an appointment, and your grid refers a total of 25 homeowners who complete an appointment. So when you referred 10 and your grid has referred a total of 25, you become a senior Power advisor. Now let me define grid a little bit here. A grid refers to the entire genealogy of every Power advisor and customer that enrolls through you. So if you refer, another individual to the platform who wants to be an advisor, or you refer customers to the platform, no matter what, the entire genealogy that ensues based on anyone you've referred or any customer you've referred or anyone your referrals have referred, all of that is called your grid. And the way that we're looking at this is we're going out there and we're building the new decentralized clean energy grid to power our planet. So this referral grid is going to shift millions of homes to solar energy. And not only that, but we start with solar, but ultimately we're going to be shifting homes to sustainable or efficient energy appliances, to residential battery storage, to electric vehicles. All the different things that are going to lead to creating a low carbon future are going to be able to flow through your grid. So we're truly building the grid to power our planet sustainably. So just a little bit more definition around grid. Now, you become a national Power advisor when you've referred 15 homeowners who complete an appointment and your grid has referred 75. You become an executive Power advisor when you've referred 2 homeowners who have completed an installation and your grid has referred 250 homeowners who have completed an appointment. Now, no more than 50% of those homeowners can come from one line. So what's the definition of a line? A line refers to the referral genealogy that develops under each person that you refer to the Power platform. So when you refer somebody to the platform, that person is aligned. If you refer another person to the platform, that person is aligned. So anybody who's sort of front line to you that you've referred to the platform has the chance to be a new line. All of the people that develop under them that they referred and so on and so on and so on are part of that individual line. You can have unlimited lines. If you had 100 people sign up direct to you in Powur, you could potentially have 100 lines. So what this essentially is saying is that out of the 250 homeowners that need to have completed an appointment in your grid in order to reach Executive Powur Advisor, no more than 50% can come from one line. So you can have 125 from one individual line and 125 homeowners from as many lines as you want. It really doesn't matter. It's just that no more than 50% can come from one line. Now moving on, as you get into the higher ranks of our plan, Vice Presidential Powur Advisor means that you've referred 3 homeowners who've completed installation and your grid has referred 250 installations with no more than 50% from one line. And the last position in Powur now that you can see is called Presidential Powur Advisor. And that means you've referred 5 homeowners who've completed an installation and your grid has referred 750 installations with no more than 50% from one line. So what you guys are probably noticing right off the bat is that we've sort of shifted a little bit from our game changer and our hero language. And, you know, I won't lie, I'm slightly going to miss the terminology of game changer. I really view every single person who reached that position as a bona fide game changer. I mean, you people are genuinely changing the game, right? You're literally building a new model for clean energy on this planet. And I think that that name was really apt. And I think we're going to come up with another really cool way to bring Game Changer back, and we're going to make it even more special. But as we go out and we tell our story to the broader professional community, and we start interacting with real estate agents and brokers and, you know, professionals across all sorts of different types of industries, and we're starting to build brand new types of teams and interact with, you know, CEOs and this and that, everybody under the sun who starts thinking, you know what, this plan makes sense and I want to make a ton of money shifting the world to sustainable energy. We wanted a naming convention that was broader across every different type of demographic. And so we went with a more corporate structure because, frankly, I respect the corporate structures. I respect my title. I'm an executive in a company, and that means something for me to be an executive in a company. I have a lot of respect for executives in companies. And when you reach Executive Powur Advisor, I have a lot of respect for you. You know, you've really gone out and you've done something that's phenomenal, and you've produced and you've made money and you've made things happen by the time you've reached Executive Powur Advisor, and I have a lot of respect for that, and I want everybody to have a lot of respect for that. So the term to us, Executive Powur Advisor, is very fitting. And by the time you've reached Vice Presidential Powur Advisor or Presidential Powur Advisor, that term means a lot, because you are literally leading the grid and leading the movement and leading the field, you know, the field leadership of hundreds or thousands of people that you've gotten to really make magic happen. And, you know, I want that name to mean a lot. I want it to have real significance. And I think that this new naming convention absolutely delivers on that promise and gives us the ability to go out there and build a bona fide, bad to the bone, executive, you know, sort of level team, and be super attractive to everybody. So I'm excited. The whole team's excited. We're all excited for the new titles and the new positions in Powur, and to go out there and deliver this plan to the most professional, sort of, focused, amazing people we possibly can, and accelerate solar even faster. So that's some of the changes coming to the positions and the qualifications. The last thing that I'm going to mention, and this is something we've been meaning to do for a while, but we're now introducing active qualifiers so that we can make sure that once somebody's earned a position, that they keep that position. And so to be considered an active senior power advisor, certified advisor, or national power advisor, what that means is that you now need to refer an ongoing 6 homeowners per year who complete an appointment. So to be considered active in power, you just can't sign up and do nothing. If you want to be an active advisor, you've got to refer 6 homeowners per year who complete an appointment. And an active qualification is required to get your check. So if you're not an active advisor, you don't get a check. So it is definitely important that everybody stays active by referring 6 homeowners per year. And as you advance to the executive level, the vice presidential, and the presidential level, you retain your active position by referring 1 installation per year. And you know, the essence of our company is that we're always going to be leading from the front. You know, every single one of us, me, Jim, Bobby, Andrea, we're all out there referring homeowners to solar every day because that's what this movement needs. It needs people who are leading others by showing others by doing it themselves, not by being that leader who's, you know, telling everybody else what to do and then you don't do it. It's that leader who actually everyone's following because you're out in the front showing them all how to do it. That's the type of leader that we need today, and that's why we're always going to have even our highest level leaders continuing to refer homeowners to get solar and go solar because that's the DNA of our movement. We are paneling the planet, and we're always going to want to incentivize that and encourage that. So we're also really excited to build these qualifiers in because the truth is it's going to add a lot more money to everybody's pay plan and drive a lot more volume through your teams and the teams you're building and really just pay a lot more. So we're super pumped about it. Moving on. 5 stages of a power lead. I pretty much covered this last time, so I'm going to move through this really quick, guys. First, stage 1 is lead submission. Stage 2 is qualification. Stage 3 is the appointment is held. That's actually the first commission milestone now. Stage 4 is your customer signs a contract. And stage 5 is install. So again, I went into more detail on all of these in our Power 2.0 training summit. So I encourage you to re-listen to that summit if you want to learn more about the stages that all of your leads go through. But we're including it in the revenue plan moving forward so that you can see the journey of each lead and where your commission milestones are triggered. So let's jump into all the bonuses. So we're introducing a new bonus called the Certified Advisor Bonus. And I'm actually really excited about this. We're now able to pay almost 3 times as much money in our Fast Start bonus as we were paying before. So how do you earn the Certified Advisor Bonus? By referring 5 homeowners to a power provider who completes an appointment within 60 days of the date that you've enrolled as an advisor, you can earn a one-time $200 certified advisor bonus. And once you do that, you also unlock appointment bonuses for life. So after you've completed your 5th homeowner referral who's gotten an appointment, you earn a $200 check and you now start getting paid on appointment revenue for life. So there's 2 types of appointment revenue that we have in Power. And again, I discussed some of this briefly in the 2.0 training summit, so this might be a little bit of a refresher in some way, but I'm going to go into everything in detail. So the first type of appointment revenue is personal appointment revenue. And basically, this is as it sounds. When you refer when you refer a homeowner personally to get a zero-down solar consultation with a power provider, you can get paid personal appointment revenue. And on your first 5 appointments that you refer, you don't get paid revenue. You just get the certified advisor bonus once you complete that 5th appointment. So by referring 5 appointments, you actually make more money per appointment, but we're going to give you all of that money at once you complete that 5th appointment. And it really doesn't matter what tier the appointment is in, you're still going to get paid $200, which is a pretty significant pay increase across some of the other tiers. just for referring 5 appointments. Okay. Now, once you've referred your 5th appointment, on your 6th appointment, you're now starting to earn appointment revenue personally on every appointment you refer ongoing. And the way that that breaks down is in 3 tiers. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So on your tier 1 appointment revenue, you make $30 per appointment. On your tier 2 appointment revenue, you make $20 per appointment. And on your tier 3 appointment revenue, you make $10 per appointment. Now, if you move over here to your grid appointment revenue, this is revenue that you get paid from all of the appointments happening in your grid. So if you look down here, you can see that all of the appointments that are happening in your first generation, you get paid $10 in a tier 1 market, $7 in a tier 2 market, and $3.50 in a tier 3 market. You get paid $5 on your second generation in a tier 1 market, $3.50 on your second generation in a tier 2 market, and $1.75 on your second generation in a tier 3 market. You get paid $5 on every appointment in your third generation in a tier 1 market, $3.50 on every appointment on your third generation in a tier 2 market, and $1.75 on every appointment on your third generation in a tier 3 market. So essentially what this means is you now earn passive income on every appointment being set in your generations 1, 2, and 3 from all the people that you refer to the platform. So, you know, obviously we can go out there and set a lot of appointments, and you're going to see how this appointment revenue pays out when I start to show you some examples coming pretty soon. But I'm just going to keep blazing through all this. Next, we get to the personal installation revenue. So if you look over here on the graph on the left, obviously what personal installation revenue is referring to are the homeowners that you refer to a solar provider who actually get an installation. And you have a different commission structure on your first 3 installs than you have on all of your installs on 4 and beyond. So on your first 3 installs that you refer to Powur, you get paid 4 cents a watt in a tier 1 market, you get paid 3 cents a watt in a tier 2 market, and you get paid 2 cents a watt in a tier 3 market. Now once you hit your 4th install, we're going to double the commission that you earn on every installation personally for life in every market. And not only that, but we're introducing the Players Club bonus. And what this means is you now can get paid a $2,000 bonus regardless of what tier the installation is or anything, just by referring 3 homeowners to solar providers who complete an installation. So this is obviously a massive, as in like a 5 to 10x increase, probably actually easily a 5 to 10x increase on how much money you can make by referring 3 homeowners to Powur who complete an installation. Now, just to explain the per watt model a little bit more, this is one of the things that I'm actually the most excited about our new revenue plan. And what it means is that we now get paid on every watt of electricity that we install. So that is a massive difference from a flat rate commission. In the old plan, there was a flat rate no matter what the install was. In this new plan, for every watt that we refer, we can get paid. So what that means is the bigger the system, the more money that you can get paid. So there's 1,000 watts in a kilowatt. So 1,000 watts in a kilowatt, if you look at this example down here, 1,000 watts times 8 cents equals $80 per kilowatt. So an average size system in Powur is 7 kilowatts or 7 kW. So if you make $80 every kW, in a tier 1 market, the average commission in Powur in a tier 1 market is now going to be $560 from referring 1 customer. $560 is the average commission. Okay, it's possible that you can make significantly more than that on every install you refer that is 7 kW or higher. In a tier 2 market, the average commission is now going to be $420. That's more than double what it was in our previous plan. And even in a tier 3 market, the average commission is now going to be $350, which is almost double what it was in our previous plan. So no matter what way you look at this, we are paying so much more money to the person who goes out there and refers a homeowner to get an installation. It's ridiculous. And when you factor in the Players Club bonus, and I can now go out there and refer 3 people to get an installation. Let's think about this. 3 people to save money on their electric bill, spend absolutely nothing out of pocket to do it, and have clean energy that they produce from their own rooftop without ever spending $1, all for free. That's ridiculous. I go refer 3 people to that product. Not only am I going to make a commission on every one, not only am I going to have the certified advisor appointment bonuses, but I'm also going to get a $2,000 cash bonus on my 3rd installation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's ridiculous. And we've got something where anybody who goes out there and just refers 3 customers to this platform is going to be able to make a huge profit on being involved with Powur, even if they never did anything again. And to me, that's absolutely insane, because there are tens of millions of homes that we're going to shift to clean energy in the next decade. Tens of millions of homes that qualify for zero-down solar and can get their energy cheaper today because you introduced it to them than they can from buying it from the utility. And we now have an unprecedented revenue plan to reward you for doing that. So I'm just going to keep blazing right through because I want to show you guys how this all ties together. The next bonus we're introducing is called grid installation revenue. And similar to the personal installation revenue, you now get paid per watt on all of the installations happening in your grid. Now what that means is the bigger the size systems that your grid is referring, the more money you can get paid. You used to have a fixed amount that you could get paid on every installation, and it took, 20 years to get paid, a fraction of what you're going to be able to get paid immediately in this new revenue plan. So let me give you an example. If you come down here, and I know that, obviously you're looking at this grid installation revenue. These are all of the amounts that you get paid per watt, right? So you're looking at tier 1. On your first generation, you get paid 2 cents a watt in tier 1. You get paid 1.5 cents a watt in tier 2, and you get paid 1 cent a watt in tier 3. So let's go look at what this actually means. So if you look at this example down here, on your first generation in tier 1, you're getting paid 2 cents a watt. So at 1,000 watts, that's $20 for every kW. So the average size system in Powur is 7 kW, and you're getting paid 2 cents a watt in every kW. So that's $20 times 7. Your average commission from one of your teammates who refers a solar installation on your generation 1 is going to be $140. You used to get paid 10 cents. And now you're going to get paid $140 for an average commission from a teammate that you refer to the platform who refers 1 customer. Okay? On your tier 2 sales, you're going to get paid an average of $105 on every installation from every generation 1 person on your grid. You're going to get paid an average of $70 on every generation 1 person in any tier 3 market. Now, if this was a 10 kW system, that'd be $200. If it was a 20 kW system, you could make $400 just by 1 person referring a homeowner to get an installation on your first generation. I mean, imagine when people start making between $150 to $400 from one of their teammates referring a homeowner to go solar. I mean, that's not chump change. That's going to pay car bills from 1 installation. And what I hope you guys are starting to be able to see is that your passive income potential today is like nothing we've ever had before, from just even a small group of people who are actively out there referring homeowners to get appointments and get installations, which is really exciting. So moving on, let's get to basically the advisor appointment bonus schedule. So we're now paying huge bonuses one time when advisors go out and become certified advisors for the first time. So this was formerly known as labs. And obviously labs was a huge part of our compensation plan. And moving forward, advisor appointment bonuses are going to be a huge part of our revenue plan. And what you'll notice is that we've actually increased how much money we're paying out in our bonus schedule. So it used to be a maximum of $375, and we've now raised it to presidential being able to earn a total of $400 in the advisor appointment bonus schedule. And you'll also notice that we increased what used to be $250 at the game changer level to $300 at the executive power advisor level, which means that you can now earn a lot more money on these bonuses than you could before. We've also really created a distinction so that as people make their way to National Power Advisor, they can actually earn more money and more appointment bonuses on the overrides than they could before, because we created some more margin there. And really the philosophy behind that is everybody's now earning appointment bonuses on your Generation 1, your Generation 2, and your Generation 3. So if you sign up anybody to Power, you're earning passive income every single time they set an appointment. So we actually gave more money as people worked their way up the plan, so that if you're out there really building a group and building a team, you can make more money to do that. If you're not really building a group and not really building a team, then you don't need that money because you're not even building a group or building a team, so you're just making your money off appointments and installations. But if you are building a group and you are building a team, you can now make more money while you do that than you could in our previous plan. So that's another really significant enhancement that we made to the labs that we're pretty excited about. And all of you National Power Advisors, you Executive Power Advisors, you're going to notice a big difference as you get out there and you really start to drive your organizations. And of course, everybody who's heading into those ranks, you should be excited as well, because as you get to these higher ranks, there's going to be even more money for you to make. So lastly but not least, we kept our grid mentor pool. So still, once you reach the position of Executive Power Advisor, you have the ability to participate in a company-wide revenue sharing pool, and that you can participate in that simply by helping the people in your team become certified power advisors. So every month that you help train 24 new certified power advisors, you earn 1 share in a company-wide revenue sharing pool that really is significant. Typically the shares are thousands of dollars or more per share. Whew! So, boom! I don't know about you guys, but I know I feel like that was a lot of information. Obviously, that was a ton of ground we just covered, and I'm super, super pumped about a ton of what you guys are going to have access to. But what's going to tie all this together, guys, is really this right here. So, compensation plans, are always a fairly challenging thing to decipher. I hope I did a decent job, really giving you not too much detail, but enough detail so that you got the decision-making processes and you really understood, what's going to drive our revenue plan at a core level. But the tool that we're announcing right now is really what you're going to have in your hands to go out and show everybody how you make money in power. How do you build the income of your dreams? How do you go out there and get paid the type of money you want to be paid, whatever it is you want to do inside of our Revenue Plan 2.0? So we are excited to announce a brand new tool to everybody, which we're calling the Advisor Revenue Calculator. And essentially what this calculator is, it is an exact replica of our entire revenue plan, but built into one tool so that you can actually customize this entire tool and think, okay, if I built a grid of 100 people and we submitted one appointment a week or one appointment a day or one appointment a month or one appointment a year, whatever way you want to customize this calculator, you can customize it, and it's going to show you exactly how much money you will earn in the Powur Revenue Plan. So I'm going to go through a couple quick examples here, and then we're going to show you guys how to get your hands on the income calculator, because I can tell you right now, your first thing tonight when we hop off the call or tomorrow morning or whatever it is going to be to jump into this income calculator and design the business that you want to create for yourself and understand exactly what it is you need to produce to make the type of money you want to make, and then get on the phone with your team and help them design their goals, and then get on the phone with your prospects, everybody who is looking for a better income, more abundance, more freedom, more meaning and purpose in their business, and help them design a plan to actually go out there and do that. So what you are looking at is the new Powur Advisor revenue calculator. And if you look at this box over here, this is where you can actually come in and you can change all of the assumptions, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make all of the people on the left over here, and I'm not going to do a big explanation of the income calculator or anything like that, guys. So you're going to have to get back on the phone with your leader and your team leader, and they're going to walk you through this calculator, and they'll show you how to use it and all that stuff. We don't need to take the time to do that tonight. So I'm just going to show you the examples of the type of money that you can earn in Revenue Plan 2.0, and then I'm going to unleash you and let you play with this thing yourself. So let's say that you did not refer anybody, right? So let's say we start with our first person. You're just focusing entirely on recruiting homeowners, right, or referring homeowners. So let's say that you set a goal of, I want to refer one homeowner per week. Okay, that's my goal. I'm going to talk to one person a week about getting a free zero-down solar consultation. That's it, one person a week. So I spend an hour a week, talking to somebody and setting them up to get a, free homeowner consultation. And on average, 20% of my appointments convert to an installation. And you can come over here and you can pick which tier. So if you're in a tier 1 market or you're in a tier 2 market, you can select which tier market you're in. And then you can even select what size system is it. So we defaulted to a 7 kW system, but if you are in a market where the average system is 10 kW, for example, New Jersey, the average system is 10 kW. You can select whatever market you're in, and it'll adjust everything accordingly. So if you look over here, it's going to show you exactly how much money you will have earned just by going out and talking to one homeowner a week. So by talking to one homeowner a week, you can make $9,000 a year by talking to one homeowner a week. That's literally maybe an hour a week, 2 hours a week, whatever it is. And it'll show you exactly where all of that money is going to come from. So you made $2,000 in your Players Club bonus, you made $5,400 in your install bonuses, and you made $1,530 in your appointment bonuses by talking to one homeowner a week. If you want to play with this and say, well, what if I talk to one homeowner a month, right? So I'm super passive. So you come over here, you talk to one homeowner. Oh, whoops, one homeowner a year. That's not correct. So you come over here, you talk to one homeowner a month. Well, then you're going to make $1,000 a year. If you talk to 5 homeowners a week, which I believe is somewhere around $250 a year, then you can make about $36,000 a year. So if somebody wanted to go, fairly full time, and they wanted Powur to be their income, and all they ever wanted to do was go talk to homeowners, you're pretty much, talking about 5 appointments a week. You set 5 appointments a week, and you're more or less full time with nothing other than focusing on customers. If you wanted to set 5 appointments a day or something like that, which there are people out there who, they have a strategy to do that. You can start making at 3 appointments a day. You're making 140,000 a year, just setting 3 appointments a day. So, there's so many different ways to focus on this, and what your strategy might be. So I'm going to let you guys play with this and figure out, okay, what kind of personal strategy do I want focusing on homeowners? And you know what? We now have a strategy to go accomplish that. But let's say that you want to go and you want to earn a passive income. And so you refer 10 people to the platform. And you show those 10 people how to set 1 appointment a week. So if I show 10 people how to set 1 appointment a week in a tier 1 market, my passive income is $22,000 a year. So I can make $22,000 a year passively by referring 10 people to this platform and showing them how to set 1 appointment a week. If those 10 people do the exact same thing, so I now have a total of 110 people in my entire grid. That's not huge numbers. We're not talking thousands of people. We're talking a total of 110 people who are setting 1 appointment a week. I can earn $171,000 a year in passive income from 110 people setting 1 appointment a week. Now, hopefully, this might be where it's starting to gel for you, okay? It used to take it used to take 18,000 people to make $180,000 a year passive, and you can now make $170,000 a year passive in this new plan with 100 people in your grid. That's the difference between Powur 1.0 and Powur 2.0. Now, obviously, this opens up a whole world of people that we're going to go refer to this platform. There's so many different types of people that are going to be making money. The last example I'm going to show you, what if you wanted to do the sort of standard, team building model for, network marketing, and, we don't want to focus on, people out there doing 1 appointment, a week. Maybe the most they can commit to is 1 appointment a month. I think we'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who doesn't say, you know what, I can probably commit to 1 appointment a month. That's literally like, 1 to 2 hours of time that somebody is spending a month, talking to a homeowner, right? So in this new plan, if you look over here, we're showing that each generation only duplicates by 3, okay? So let's say you refer 10 people to the platform, but then each of them only refer 3, and everybody's only setting 1 appointment a month. And let's just say it's not even in a tier 1 market. We've got this thing called average. What average means is it's going to aggregate across all of our tiers. So we actually figured out what the average, commission was if you, aggregate tier 1, 2, 3, whatever, and we'll just display that to you. So in this example, you can earn $600,000 a year by building a team of only 3,600 people. You used to need like 18,000 people to do that, and in this new plan, you can earn $600,000 a year with a team of 3,600 people that set 1 appointment a month. 1 appointment a month. And where this starts getting crazy, guys, is what if that team sets 1 appointment a week, right? What if I really built a really badass team and I trained my team to go out there and be like solar warriors, and everybody was on top of the money, and we were setting 1 appointment a week? All of a sudden your income starts to skyrocket. And I don't want to get into this, I'll let you guys play with it, but there's a ton of money to be made in this plan. And what if you know that you're focusing in tier 1 markets, and so you change it to tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3? I'm going to let you guys play with this, but I think you get the point. No matter what way you want to play in Powur, whether you want to build a team of 3,600 people and have the chance to make $500,000 or more per year, whether you want a team of 100 people and you want to make $100,000 a year, or whether you want a team of 10 people and you want to make passive income of $1,000 to $20,000 a year. We now have a plan that is literally for anyone. And whatever your goals, whatever your passion, whatever your drive, whatever your level of commitment, whatever your level of talent or skill, whatever you want to bring to the table, we can give you the most money that anyone has ever been able to give you in the solar industry before by moving to a cost per watt model, by moving to a decentralized distributed model, and by moving to our 2.0 platform. So I just covered a ton of ground. Obviously, the income calculator is going to simplify all this for you guys. So I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to leave a Voxer to all of the game-changing leaders in the company and give them access to this calculator. We want you getting access to this calculator through your leaders, because we want you going to your leaders and saying, hey, teach me how to use this, show me how to use this, and sort of having a little bit of one-on-one training. But this is a huge new tool that we're introducing to everybody. Use it for yourself. Use it for all your prospects. Play with it so you really understand how the money is going to move in 2.0. And all I have to say is get ready for a ridiculous year, because there's so much amazing innovation that we've built into this plan, and so much more incentive for all of the right behaviors for every person who wants to go out there and focus on shifting our world to solar energy. There's so much more money. There's so much more revenue on all the installations happening in your team. There's so much more money on all of the people, as your team grows. It's just insane. So I love you guys. We've been working super hard to get access. I wanted to be wrapped up with this call 15 minutes ago, so I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to unleash the Kraken. We've got another 24 hours to take advantage of our New Year's discount. So all of your friends and all of your people and anyone who's watching this who's not a Power Advisor yet can still sign up and get a $100 discount before our license goes back to $499. And all I have to say is, when we unleash the multi-provider platform later this week, I hope you guys are ready to go make magic happen, because we just gave you a tool to go out there and monetize the solar revolution unlike any company that's come before us. I love you. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for the epic work that you all do on a weekly and daily basis as we go out there and accelerate solar energy adoption worldwide. We couldn't do it without you, and it's so exciting to be partnering with you every day as we pave the way for a sustainable world. With that, this is Mr. Bud signing off. On behalf of everybody at Power, have a wonderful evening, and we will talk soon.